Hi guys, and welcome back to another championship prediction video. Last time out we got one score correct, Burnley beating Norwich 1-0. Now I know that game was a while ago, but it did belong to the last round of fixtures. There were technically round 6 I believe, but I waited until the bulk of the games were there to put the video out. So for me there were round 20 and now everything should be back to normal. So here is round 21. Now before we get into the predictions, make sure that you hit the like button. Let's try and get 5 likes on this one. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more championship content. Let's get into my predictions. And we start off with Blues up against Sunderland. Now Blues have only lost 2 of their last 13 games. Also unbeaten in 4 and unbeaten in 6 home fixtures. So Blues are really doing well at the moment. Sunderland only won 2 out of their last 10. Lost 1-0 to Cardiff last time out. I'm going to go for Blues to keep a clean sheet, which is something they've been very good at this season, not conceding too many. Blues to win 1-0. Bristol City up against Watford next. Now Bristol City haven't won in 4. Watford have won 4 out of 5. I'll go for Watford to win 2-1. Cardiff take on Sheffield United next. Cardiff have lost 5 out of their last 7. Sheffield United won 3 in a row. The latest of them was a 5-2 victory over Burnley. Such an impressive result, but I made the mistake of 1, thinking that they were back in form, and 2, forgetting that this is the championship, because then Rotherham turn up and win 1-0 against Sheffield United. Such a strange league, so many weird results, but that's why we love it. It's so tight at the moment. However, I think Sheffield United will be able to get all 3 points here, 2-0. Coventry take on QPR now. Coventry have won 3 in a row without conceding and won their last game 2-0 against Wigan. QPR haven't won in their last 4 fixtures, which is quite surprising considering how good of form they were in. They lost their last one 2-1 to bottom of the table Huddersfield. Sort of shows you where they're at the moment. So I'm going to go for Coventry to win 1-0. Huddersfield against Swansea now. The Terriers picked up a great 2-1 victory over QPR, but it wasn't enough to lift them off the bottom of the table. Swansea not won in 4 and 2 2-all draws in a row. I think that Huddersfield might go in to this international break with a bit of positivity, unbeaten in a couple of games. So I'll go down the middle, 1-1. Hull take on Reading now. Now Hull have lost 3 home games in a row, but are unbeaten in 4 away games in a row. So they are very much better away. Reading have only won 1 out of their last 9, losing 6 of those. They're really not in good form. I think they can get a point though, 1-1. Luton against Rotherham now. Luton have only lost 2 out of their last 10, but one of them was the last game, 2-0 against Stoke. Rotherham lost 3 in a row and then beat Sheffield United 1-0. Very strange, great result for them. They'll be hoping that they can, carry that on into this week. But I've just got a feeling that Luton will get all 3 points before the World Cup. Luton to win it, 2-1. Norwich against Middlesbrough. Now both of these sides are unbeaten in 3, winning 2 and drawing the other. I just feel that Norwich have got the edge on quality, but it could go either way. However, I don't like to sit on the fence too often, so I will be decisive here and say Norwich to win 2-1. Preston against Millwall now. Preston have won 4 out of their last 5 and won 3 in a row, so they are in very good form. Millwall are a bit hit and miss. They haven't won in their last 3 fixtures, and they're not great away. So I've got a feeling Preston will go back to the start of the season with a low scoreline, but just edging it. Preston to win 1-0. West Brom take on Stoke. Now West Brom won 2 games in a row for the first time this season, both 1-0 against Blackpool and QPR. Stoke are very strange at the moment. They've won 2 out of their last 6 fixtures, and they did manage to beat Luton 2-0 in their last game, and they've won 2 out of 3 as well. So they're very hit and miss, Stoke. You don't really know what Stoke are going to show up, and that's why I'm going to sit on the fence in this one and be a bit indecisive. 1-1. Wigan take on Blackpool, and both of these sides are very out of form. One more than the other, however. Wigan are really struggling. 7 games without a win. 8 out of their last 10 games they've lost. They are really struggling. However, they did sack their manager after the last result, so maybe they'll have a bit of a bounce with someone else in charge. Blackpool lost 3 in a row without scoring, but Blackpool do have some very good attacking players, and I think they'll get the better of this Wigan side here. So a low scoring Blackpool win 1-0. Burnley take on Blackburn. First versus second. What a great game to end this first sort of half of the season before the World Cup. This is a difficult one because Burnley have only lost 2 games all season. However, their last league game was one of those losses, 5-2 against Sheffield United. How do they bounce back from that? Do they bounce back from it? I'm not too sure. It's such a difficult one. But Blackburn, this is a strange stat. Second in the table, but have more losses than 22nd placed West Brom. Sounds ridiculous. It is true, but it's because Blackburn, 20 games in, still haven't drawn a game. How? How do you do that? This is a really weird fixture. Not sure where to go with it. Now, quality-wise, I think Burnley have the edge. Blackburn tend to just grind out results. They've got Brereton Diaz up front, who's one of the best strikers in the league. Where do we go? Get your predictions down in the comments. I am going to go for something a bit strange maybe, but it's Blackburn to get their first draw of the season in exciting fashion because Burnley have been having high scoring games recently, so 2-2. So that's it for these championship predictions. Make sure to get your predictions down in the comments, hit the like button. Let's get to 5 likes now. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another championship video. Up the Blues.